respect. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listening. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. She always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Welcome back to the perfect match of Kate and Jimbo. The tune is right. She's flip-flopping all over the place. And you know what? I don't give two shits who knows about it, because that's what I do. That's what I'm known for, the queen of the flip-flop in his back. But we are here. It's the season's finished. It's over. It's done. It's dusted. The Premier League has come to an end, and we're here to talk about all sorts of things today, including just that. But I'm joined, as always, by Jimbo. And today we have Nick and Chang back with us. Jimbo, first of all, how are you doing?
Champions of Europe, that's what we are. Ange. I'm good, thank you.
Shameless, Jim, shameless. Nick, how are you doing? How was the match yesterday?
I'm exhausted. Exhausted. Like, we went up, I decided to get the train up after saying I'd never, so I flip-flopped. I said I'd never get the train up there again, so I flip-flopped to get the train up there. And I got back at like 10:30 or something last night, but it was just, you probably seen it for those that have watched the match day vlog with Ben on We Are Tottenham TV. It's quite emotional. It brings it all home, right? And I think for those people that weren't in Bilbao or weren't in the stadium yesterday, experiencing it, I've never, they sat there and the videos that Ben put up, but literally like half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, they were singing that non-stop, the fans. It was but yeah, it was exhausting, and even when the goals went in, and I know we get into it, not that we really care much, but even when the goals went in for Brighton, and look, they were 4 good goals, let's not take anything away from them. No one really cared. No one was really interested. It was obviously nice to finally have a parade with us winning something at the end of the season, rather than is Hugo going to go? Oh, is Kane going to leave? In a few weeks, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? It was just nice to it's just nice to celebrate. And to be honest, not majority of the fans stuck around to celebrate. And then we've got a predictions finish, which I don't know if we're it's a draw. I was trying to work it out, or whether we're going to have to go into extra time with Champions League and Conference Leagues and all sorts of permutations. So, yeah, look, I'm just exhausted. So, yeah.
Kate, can I just ask you, is Jasper up there with you?
Yeah, he's asleep on the
All
bed.
right, because he was here and he's disappeared.
Yeah, he's up here. And Mr. Chang, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
Feeling very pleased that the season's all but over. I'm still on a high from our, Champions of Europe tag, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is a very strange feeling to actually end the season on a high. No doubt, our league form could be a lot better, but the trophy just completely blows it all out of proportion. And I wouldn't have predicted at the beginning of the season that we would actually be champions of Europe. I could be wrong, Miss Kate, but I think when you asked for our predictions to the end of the season, I did say something like I would like to finish top 4 and possibly win a trophy, probably the Europa League, and so that's what happened. And couldn't be happier for Big Ange and the team. I am very much looking forward to the Super Cup in August, in roughly 3 months' time from now. And I really do hope that we do the business early as far as transfers is concerned, so that we can get those new players up and running before said Super Cup. Having said that, back to you, Ms. Kate.
When does the window open? I think it
1st of June.
opens. Yeah, I think it opens for 2 weeks, then shuts again.
Yeah,
Yeah, it opens before the Club World Cup and then shuts and then opens again properly.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got Jacob in the chat saying flexibility of thought is a good thing. Open toe footwear is even better. Exactly that. Flip-flopping all over the place. Ian Barrett says, a very good afternoon, everyone watching. Hope you're well and having a great day. Of course we are. We're champions of Europe. Matt says, back to getting better at home. 22 losses, 1 point per game under Ange. Oh, but we got a trophy and you didn't. Suck on it, big boy. Then we've got Drula saying, afternoon, Kate, Jim, and all. Hope this is going to be a positive show. A lot of our fans seem to have forgotten we've won a bloody trophy and concentrating on the league. I think some fans are just never happy. That's all I can say. Never happy. Big up to you, Daniel. Good to see you. Ian says, do you think trophy parade should be after the season has ended? No, I think whenever they like.
It would have been different if the last game would have meant something.
Yeah.
You know, but it didn't. So let them have their weekend of joy.
Yeah, Matt says, I hope you get Ange, Jim, because what yesterday proved was that he hasn't changed. You have Champions League, so you could get such a good manager and have a very good few years, but I hope you keep Ange. That's all right. We hope you keep full Teta as well forever.
Matt, stay humble, eh? Stay humble.
Yeah,
You know
Matt,
what? I don't have to hope.
Matt, you can't even win a coin toss in Europe, so stop giving it large, mate.
We don't have to hope. We've got him. Why else? I don't need to hope.
Also, why did he play strongest 11 after getting smashed? Well, because it didn't matter. The game meant jack shit. That's why.
He didn't play his strongest 11. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Obviously, Romero had a foot injury. Sorry, had a knock. Big up to you, Jordan. Good to see you. Matt says, winning a trophy, Kate, doesn't mean you're on the way up. Just ask United. Bore off, Matt. If you're going to come in here with your negative bullshit, today is not the day. Fuck off.
You know what? All it is just a bit salty because 6 years with Arteta, they've won an FA Cup, and 2 years with Ange, we've got Champions League and a European trophy.
Yeah, I Matt, just wondering when your parade is, mate, because I'm not sure they do one for coming second.
Beep, beep, beep. This vehicle is reversing.
Phil P gave the greatest explanation, right? Because actually, Matt, if I'm honest, apart from you and Angus, you're the first 2 Arsenal fans I've seen since Wednesday evening. So I was just going to send out a search party to make sure you're okay.
Right.
But Phil P said that his dad, and this was brilliant. This is just brilliant. His dad would walk around North London, and and see if he saw someone in an Arsenal top or an Arsenal training top or something like that, he'd go, "Who? Sorry, mate. What kit's that?" And the guy would like look at him confused, like, "Oh, it's Arsenal. Yeah, never heard of him, mate," and just walk off. So from now on, I'm going to invoke Phil P's dad, and that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to, "Sorry, mate. What's that? Oh, never heard of him. Never heard of him."
Who are they? They've got no European heritage. Who are they?
Yeah.
Big up to Thomas Taylor, who says, "Well done to the team. However, it was a turd of a season. What the European League trophy has done is put glitz and polish on it. However, it still remains a turd. You're supposed to be a top 6 side." Well, we get told all the time we're not. So, oh, please. I can't cope with this theory. Our parade just happened. Kate McCabe. Matt, no disrespect to women's football, but no one cares. Literally no one cares that Arsenal won the Champions League. No one gives a shit that some birds won the Champions League final. No one cares. Go on, Chang.
Very quickly, to all the Arsenal fans trying to wave the Women's Champions League in our face, just remember, you are trying to big up a competition that that you have no interest in, and you still have Thomas Partey in your books. So have some shame, yeah. Back to you, Miss Kate.
I just think it's funny how they never celebrated any other of their achievements, and now they're trying to live on this. And your shameless channel, channel.
You're spot on. It's shameless that Arsenal men are trying to take glory from the women's football. It's absolutely, it's cringe.
It is. So embarrassing. Afternoon, Martin Knightsbridge. Good to see you. Big upside dancer as well. Matt, 8th, 5th. So actually 4 seasons. Oh, they're talking between themselves. Sorry, I'm just taking my sock off. I'm having a really bad hot flush. Brad says,
No, Matt. We're going to end this now, yeah? This is going to be the last thing that anyone mentions on it. And you're also, this is the last thing you're going to mention, mate. Or I will log in and I will time you out until the show's finished, mate. Yeah? You don't want him at your club, great. But he's shit, yeah? You're in phase 6. We're in phase 2. We've won a European trophy, a trophy you've never won, by the way. And you tried to make out that we were winning against teams like Bodo Glimt and everything else. You saw who you got knocked out to in that competition, right? So, Matt, finished, or I'm going to time you out until the show's finished. And I don't care if Kate tells me off either, because I am going to do it, because we're here to enjoy ourselves. Just stay humble. You're going to have to take it, mate. We've taken it for 17 years, yeah? So I'm sure a few weeks of this from Spurs fans, I'm sure you can take it if you're a big boy, yeah? So that's the last that any of us are going to mention it. And I don't want to see any more comments from you talking about your crap football team, please.
Arsenal fans didn't care about women's football until Spurs won a trophy. Exactly that. Well, if you watch women's football, well, I've got nothing to say. Afternoon, Paige. Good to see you, my lovely. Look, there's been a lot of talk today about this trophy not meaning anything, about how, it's all about the league form and what have you. But I've got a little clip here that I want to show people exactly what this trophy means.
Now we can finally sing it. My eyes have seen the glory of the cups of my heart. This is what glory looks like. This is what glory feels like. Tottenham Hotspur.
Does anyone really think that Nick and Ben there were thinking about finishing 17th? No, they weren't. They was engrossed in the moment of winning a European trophy, Nick. Explain yourself, Nicholas.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about in the back end. I mean, if you go and watch the rest of the video, I mean, they played a montage of everything, and
I've watched it twice.
Yeah, it just brings it all back, right? It's a bit like before that. All we had was the Ajax Lucas Moura moment, where you get kind of goosebumps and it's a bit spine chilling in terms of that. But yeah, I mean, from the moment you walked in to the moment you saw it, to the moment the fans were there, to the moment everyone was celebrating, to the moment we went 4-1 down and everyone just got up with the flags and were waving the flags, and everything was there. It's just emotional, right? And who would have thought it, Daniel? Part of me wish he was there, but to see Emerson Royale and Tottenham Hotspur lift the trophy in the same season, that's it for me. I've completed it. Like Jay from the In-Betweeners, completed it, mate. It was just the buzz, the atmosphere, the high road after the game. Nobody. Look, nobody. There was no ill feeling. There was no this. No, everyone was enjoying it. We're having conversations. We're talking about it, singing. Everyone. Sean Butler did a short. I don't know whether he's uploaded it. He was like, if anyone says something, then or tries to start a song, everyone joins in. And then I was the bait, let's just say. And I was thinking, Christ, this could go one way or another. And of course, it went the way that we thought it was. Thank you, Drew Lalla. Look, it's just look, even now, I think it's still not sunk in. Don't let anyone tell you you can't celebrate or it's done or it's anything else. You celebrate however long you've had to celebrate, because all you people in the chat, or most of you, you have to take it week after week from other fans, from commentators, from Talk Sport, we have to take it from everyone, right? So I don't care if I celebrate for 17 years until the next one. It doesn't matter, because we've all been given what we've always wanted, right? And that was a trophy, and not even a little trophy, because if we'd gone and won the League Cup, everyone would be going, oh, it's only the League Cup. Aside of the Champions League, this is the next best thing, right? And we couldn't win the Champions League because we weren't in it. But yeah. I've booked Budapest, so who knows?
I absolutely love that video.
It worked this year. I booked Bilbao,
yeah,
and then so it worked. So I booked Budapest. So who cares? We're European champions, and no one can sing that.
What I don't understand, right? This is a mini rant, but also I really don't understand, is that we're told by rivals constantly and consistently, it doesn't matter. What have you won? What have you won? When was the last time you won a trophy? When we win a trophy, not only are rivals trying to shit on our parade, our own fans are having meltdowns about it. Oh, but the league. Oh, but we're 17th. Oh, but Ange is this, Ange is that. Just fucking enjoy it. Life is shit most of the time. Take these opportunities and enjoy it for every single second it's worth. Go on, Chang, sorry.
No, it's okay. I just needed you to finish because I have something to ask the panel as well as the people in the chat, regardless of your football club affiliations or the team that you support. If you had to name your top 5 trophies in ascending order, in terms of which trophy would you want to win the most, meaning say your league, the league in which your team plays, the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, the FA Cup, and the League Cup. If you had to list your top 5 priorities of trophies to win, which trophies make it into your top 5?
For me, I'm probably on my own here, but I'd be Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Jim?
Everyone's going to think I'm off my rocker here, but mine would be Champions League, Europa League, and then Premier League, FA Cup, and then Carabao Cup.
Nick?
The Audi Cup, the Watertown Trophy, Tiger Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup. Oh, sorry. I don't care. We won a trophy, Kate. I don't care.
Fair play. Shane, what about you? A lot of people are not sure whether it be Premier League or Champions League first.
I would actually prioritize the Premier League over the Champions League, because winning the Premier League, I think, is the ultimate achievement you can ever hope to achieve as a British club, and to be winning England's top tier championship, I think, says everything about the club. And I would actually prioritize that over the Champions League. but that's just me. So it's the Premiership first, followed by the Champions League, followed by, of course, the Europa League that comes after Champions League, and then you have the FA Cup, which I think is the oldest footballing competition in Britain. I remember.
Yeah.
And lastly would be the League Cup.
Yeah. But look, we've won one of the 5. Just got to get the other 4. Like recently, I mean, obviously we've won the others, but
for me, Kate. Sorry,
Yeah.
for me, the cup we've just won is huge because I was brought up with teams that really went to try and win that cup, and I've seen us win it before. It's a massive cup to win, absolutely huge, and no one, I don't care who they are, can take that away from us. It is a massive cup to win, and we won it. And there people are saying the team's never dropped down this year and it was easier. It doesn't matter. It's not our fault. We don't make the rules. We went in the competition and we won it. That trophy, what a magnificent trophy that is. I'm getting that trophy tattooed on me for sure, 100%.
There's reports coming out, it's just pop up, that Ange Postecoglou expects to be sacked by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. However, the head coach has asked Daniel Levy to give him more time. That's come out. And also it came out earlier today that Thomas Frank has gone as favourite to take over at Spurs. But then I don't know whether it's true or not. I mean, I watched Ange, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. And I don't know. I can't put my finger on whether I think they'll sack him. The one thing that makes me think they might is that Paratici's coming back. But look, I don't know. But all this community that had come together, this Tottenham community came together for Wednesday, and everyone celebrated together. And straight away, we're not even a week away from us winning it, and there's a massive divide again. With them, some saying Ange out, he's a this, and people criticising people like me for flip-flopping. Well, I'm sorry, if I see a manager that I hate suddenly bring glory to the club for the first time in 41 years because it's a Europa League trophy, I'm entitled to change my fucking mind. And I just don't understand why people want to sow such misery and division in the fan base. It blows my mind. But
okay,
yeah.
Can I just say, right? You got to look back at people like Fergie. He had to adapt his game, right, to start winning things. Klopp had to adapt his game as well to start winning things, right? And I think this guy's a smart man. I don't think he's an idiot. I think if he's given next season, I think he'll adapt and move us forward. It'd be a sin if we sack him after winning us a trophy, a European trophy, first time in 41 years. Forget the 17 years. 41 years, Kate, and they're going to sack him. It's ridiculous. Honestly, he's earned the right to walk us out on that pitch next season.
Yeah, I agree 1,000,000%. But look, it's something that it's no point us arguing about. It's no point anyone arguing about because it's completely out of our hands. But the Premier League predictions has obviously finished now. Now, on the day, Jim came last with 2 points. And came last overall with 200.
Well, at least I'm consistent.
Yeah, 213 points. I ended up with 7 on the week and ended up with 252 points, which is quite a reasonable score, I think. But we've ended up with a joint first place because Chang got 4 and Nick got 5 on the last day. So they've both ended up with 275 points. So congratulations to you both. But I think it's only fair that we get an outright winner. So we're going to have to predict Inter Milan versus PSG and Chelsea versus Chelsea. Who have Chelsea got?
Betis.
That's it, Betis. Because we can't have a tie. We need to know who's actually outright won this game.
Do you know what, Kate?
Do we throw it up a little? Because look, we're both winners, really. But do we do it? Do we do it another way? Right? I don't know. I was thinking about it earlier. Like, how can we do it? Because it could still be a draw, right? Because Chang could go 2-1. I could go 2-1 to match him. I could then say, you then come to me and ask me for my score, and then he could do the same. Then I was thinking, we could message you. Then I was thinking, well,
that's shameless, Nicholas, to do that. Shameless.
What?
That's shameless.
Or do we leave it to the like a random generator for them to decide, like, do it? Or do we flip a coin? I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do it.
What you need to do is, Nick and Chang, you need to text me your predictions for those 2 games. So then neither of you knows what the other one's doing.
Okay.
Obviously, Jim, there's no point us playing because you lost and I come third. So
all right. Can I just say,
I'd ask Jim for some advice, but I think I'm all right.
Can I just say, right? I think it's fucking absolutely amazing that Ange said that I win in my second season, and he won in his second season. And to me, them two drawing over a full season matches that for me. When you think about it, all the games that you've predicted on, and you've both finished on the same points, that is just fucking mind-boggling.
Who knows whether if AJ hadn't have done your predictions, you might have won, but then again, you might have lost.
Yeah, did I do your predictions, Kate?
No, that was on Irish Hotspur.
When are we sending them right now? Yeah.
Yeah, send them to me now. I want to see if you both send me the same predictions. I will wet myself. I'm just going to put it out there.
Well, Chang's got to go with a 2-1. Surely there's got to be a 2-1 in there somewhere, Chang.
Cosmic Caper says Johnson again, ole ole. Come on, you Spurs. I'm loving it. Don't tell me that all Premier League clubs will cut off their right leg to have the Europa trophy in their trophy room. Exactly that. Belgrade Wanderer said, let's be fair, nothing Ange does next season will top winning the Europa unless he wins the Champions League, which will never happen. He should go. It's better for everyone. Look, I get it. I do understand both sides of the coin because it's been a diabolical Premier League season. But I just think it's a very bad optic if we sack a manager who's done something that no one else has managed to do in all these years. But, you know, what will be, will be. We'll have to wait and see what the club decides to do. Right. So, I've got Nick's. So he's going for that.
So this is just the regular time, right? Just 90 minutes regular time?
90 minutes, yeah. It's now biting stuff.
Now you got to think: is it going to be done in 90 minutes? Is it not going to be done in 90 minutes?
Well, we will have a winner. I'll tell you that now because you've gone different. For some reason, I can't see Chang's message. Oh, there it is. We have got Nick has gone PSG to beat Inter 2-1. While Chang has gone Inter to beat PSG 1-0. And Nick's gone Chelsea. Have you had Chelsea to lose, Nick?
Yeah.
Chelsea to lose 2-1. And Chang's done Chelsea to win 2-1.
So we've gone the opposite teams. So there is going to be a winner.
Yeah. You've got
unless it actually ends in a draw. If both games end in a draw, it's going to be the weirdest. It's going to be the weirdest.
Both teams end in a draw. We just share it. What are we doing here?
Yeah, we'll just share it out. I don't mind sharing it out. Actually, it's been a fantastic.
If it ends in a draw, Kate, can we go with the score, the winners at the end? Because otherwise there'll be no way of doing it. Whether it's penalties or extra time or whatever, that's probably the fairest way. Because we've both gone for the opposite teams, so it doesn't matter.
The funny thing is, I think PSG will beat Inter, but I think Chelsea will beat Betis. So one of you might be right.
So it might be right. So it might be right. And it'll still be a draw.
We're still going to see a draw even.
But we will see. We might have to spin the wheel of death to find out. Steve D says, and in, bus parade in, happy clapping in, get it right up, yo. Come on, you effing Spurs.
Yeah, do you know what, Steve D? Now that Ange's won a trophy, can you sort your Christmas tree out this year, please? I don't want any of this nonsense that we saw last year. Yeah.
Oh, Lazy 8 coming in. Nick's coming in with a controversial statement. Any chance that Kate manipulated these prediction scores?
Well, Nick, look, if I'm honest, there was a couple of weeks that Kate did make some errors. I mean, if we go back and ask her to go back and count up some of the scores, you might find that either if she does it once, Chang may have won. If she goes back to check it again, then I might have won. So it's probably best.
If I go back to the beginning, Jim might have won.
No, okay, don't be silly. Let's not be silly here.
Oh dear. Daniel says, I'm going to chill in the summer knowing that a trophy drought is over. Exactly that. Giddy Haps says, I've always said if Ange wins us Europa League, he will get my support 100%. It gave us the most beautiful things in the world that we young people have never experienced in our life.
Yeah, can you believe that as well, Kate? Like, we were sat there yesterday. Like, who was it? Someone came up to us when we were at the Antwerp Arms. A lot of us, and we sat there and we're like, "You're lucky," and they're like, "Why?" Like, this is the first trophy that you've seen. Like, in like how long you been supporting Spurs? They're like, "Oh, 3 years, 4 years." It's like, you fucking bastards. You haven't gone through the pain. I don't care if you're under 18. I'm going to abuse you even more.
Exactly.
It's just like they're all sat there like, this is the best week of my life. You've got like Robbie and Matty K, and they're like, oh my God, it's incredible. It's like, you literally, you've got no idea. All of these grey hairs. This is Tottenham Hotspur and a few ex-wives. Jimbo,
Exactly
Jimbo
Catalan says, how does it feel after the parade becoming champions? Did it feel better than you expected? It did for me. Far more emotional than I expected. I don't know about you, Chang. How did it feel?
I was over the moon, and I think I've got to say this once again. When I saw that parade, the turnout, and also the way it was, orchestrated from start to finish, I have said it many a time since that happened, since that day, that felt so very much like a moon landing parade or a procession. Just the turnout in itself. You see fans on rooftops, on top of lampposts, mounted upon traffic lights, traffic stops. It was just crazy. And you see the flares going up. You see beach balls and actual footballs being thrown around. It was just absolutely insane. And fair play to Inic and Daniel Levy. They splashed the cash for this. They didn't spare any expenses. It was something that a lot of fans had been waiting for so long, and I'm so glad that it was glorious from start to finish. And to the fans who showed up at the stadium yesterday, including Mr. Collison right here and also Mr. Ben Daniel, you did us all very, very proud, honestly, because when that fourth goal went in and you were still waving the flags, you were still singing, you were still chanting, you were still proper celebrating. How I wish that if we were to say lose by that single solitary goal in injury time, that we still show the same support for the team, for the players, for the coaching staff, regardless whether it's Ange or not. That's the only thing that I really do hope to see hopefully in due time, where we really, really back the team, win, lose or draw. But otherwise, what an occasion, Miss Kate, and long may it live in all our hearts and memories. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, obviously you've seen us win trophies before. I've seen us win trophies before, not many, but I have. But I mean, how did this compare?
It's probably, look, I think it's different, right? Because I was with what was it 98? So I was 2008. So I was 26, but 26, there's a lot going on at that time. So before that, it didn't really, I think, because it was, there was no expectation. There was no, we kind of think it was a bit like it didn't really, and it still doesn't feel real now. It's a European trophy. And I think it's like with a lot of people on Wednesday night when that final whistle went, I think all the emotions came out. I was crying like, crying like a baby, blubbing like a baby. It was just, even now, I can't even really explain it. It's just, I'm just so pleased. I think what I am is so pleased for everyone that's, like I said, everyone that's had to endure with all the banter, everyone that's had to endure all the pain, the suffering, the finals, and now, and that, Spursy kind of tag. It's not gone because it'll always be there. It'll always be Spursy. I mean, look what happened yesterday. But I think it's just it now shows that it now shows that we've we can enjoy it, and we know that we can do it, and these players know that they can do it. So when it happens again, if we get that opportunity, then they can go and do it again, right? So
yeah. Big up to Phil P. Woo! Gave us a phone call on Saturday morning. And it's probably the most epic phone call I've ever had in my life. I would have run through a brick wall for Phil P after that phone call. It was magnificent. Legends, him and his dad, absolute legends. And big up to Francesco. I don't know which one you are, but big up to you. Let us know which one it is. But Jimbo, you're the oldest on the panel. You've seen us win. Oh, it's Frankie. Frankie's in the house.
Oh, my best mate.
Big up, Frankie. You've
It's my
seen
best
us win.
mate.
Oh no, it's not. It's Chris. It's Chris.
Oh.
He's just texted me. Big up, Chris. Unlucky.
He's my best mate as well.
But Jimbo, how does this trophy compare to all the ones you've seen before?
Well, I mean, I've seen quite a few trophies. I've been lucky, but someone asked me that the other day, and I said to them, "This surpasses them all, Kate, for me, because the reason being, right, is because we haven't won in Europe since '84, right, 41 years, and the stick we've took over the last few years from fans, I'd never had that before. I've never took stick like we've stuck our fan bases take before, maybe because it's social media as well as a big part of it. But this one for me surpasses them all. It's just it's magnificent when you think about it, right? When you actually sit back and you sit in the dark and you think about Tottenham and what this is, and when you think of the managers we've had and you think of the players we've had, right, over the years, and we haven't done it. We haven't won the European trophy since '84. And if you could go through them, some of them players that we've had, the world class players, we've had some world class managers, and none of them done it. And this Greek Australian walks into our club and he announces that he's won a trophy in his second season, right, wherever he's been. And they interviewed him and they said, "Oh, you win trophies. You've won trophies in your second season." He said, "Yeah, I win trophies in my second season." And he's done it. I mean, when you think about it, it's phenomenal that he's walked in there and he's won it in his second season to keep his record going and to take our drought away and just put all of our fans on cloud nine. When you watch that parade, like it gives you goosebumps every time. When you see people like Nick and Ben in the stadium, I mean, I've watched their video twice, and they're singing songs down in the lobby for like an hour before they go up to their seats. And it gives you goosebumps. For me, this is one of the best trophies this club's ever won. And we finished 17th. So what? If we'd have finished 10th, so what? If we get a trophy, another trophy for 10th, all right, he's had a bad season. Let's hope that he can adapt next season and take us up the league. We know he can do it because he took us to 5th. So we know he can do it. But look, it's just, for me, it's an absolute phenomenal achievement. And I think it's took the weight off so many people's shoulders.
Jim, can I just intervene for 1 second and just say a massive thank you to Ben and Sim for allowing me to do the pre-match pump-ups this season. It's been an absolute pleasure to do them. It really has. It's not been the easiest. I've got to be honest. There's been times it's been really hard. And also, Ben, that Barry Manilow karaoke is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
We had tears in our eyes watching that.
It was magnificent. So, look, thank you.
Is Ben Ange in or Ange out? I know Simmer be Ange.
He's Ange in now. He's saying I'm a flip-flop. He's a flip-flop.
Hey, welcome to the flip-flop club.
Ben is Captain Javiana.
Jang,
do you know what, Kate? And I know this was. I know there's an emotional video, and I said this to Ben's dad. Yesterday. I'm just so pleased that Ben, Sim, Ashley, and Ben's dad got to all be together in Bilbao and witness that.
Yeah.
It's just a shame. Obviously, Grandpa wasn't there, but that was for Grandpa, and Grandpa was watching down on Spurs, and that was for. And look, we all said it. We said it as soon as unfortunately it happened. I just kind of knew that was the moment, right? And that was the moment, and we've said that. You know, it was going to be for Grandpa, and then seeing the post on the screen the other week and everything else. It's for all those people, for the people that aren't here anymore, the people that have put poured their blood, sweat, tears, life, and soul into this football club. This is for them, and you know, for Ben and Sim. Yeah, I mean, we're still deciding what's happening with all of us getting absolutely destroyed by Sim. Whether we're going to have to all come in and he's going to slap us and everything else. And no, Ben Kaufman, there's no big ups from the Kaufmans. There's no big ups for you, mate, because you moaned all season about your season ticket and how much you pay. I didn't hear that once from the Daniels. The Daniels are the top boys. The Daniels, all of them. So, yeah, sorry, Kaufmans. You're in the mud.
I've got to say, when I saw Ben and Sim's video celebrating the win, I was so choked up, and all I could think about was, I wish their granddad was here to see it.
You said it to me, Kate.
Yeah, I really broke my heart. But at the same time, I'm sure he was watching down and having the party of his life, bless him.
She did say it to me. She said that it's a shame that he wasn't there to see it.
And Phil P, just remember, I sacrificed myself, yeah? Remember the conversations we've had? I sacrificed myself, my away record, so I'll continue to be a flip-flop. Because if it means I will flip-flop by not going to Bilbao, if I don't go to Udinese, if I don't go to Budapest, and that means more trophies, then I will take that sacrifice for this football club. All of you Tottenham Hotspur supporters, that is my sacrifice for you. Because you know, in your heart of hearts, if I was there, we ain't winning shit.
Chang, what was you going to say? Sorry.
No, sorry. I just needed to thank Ben and Simeon Daniel for allowing me onto the pre-match pump-up crew this season. I think it's been an unbelievable and a very humbling experience, and icing on the cake to be part of that pre-match pump-up crew on the day of the final. The pre-match that really matters more than any other pre-match pump-ups we've ever done. The final itself, that I think is the single greatest privilege I've ever been afforded on YouTube. Not to take anything away from you, Miss Kate, and also Mr. Boxall, or anyone else that I've ever appeared on, but that in itself, being there for the pre-match pump-up for that final, and not only that, getting the prediction right as well, the 1-0 win to us, and straight after,
I said 1-0 as well, yeah. So don't start dialing off this, yeah. And I think I probably said it first, so don't.
Yeah, but you weren't on the pump up.
And
on the pump up.
Well, I said it before the pump up.
Oh my God, I'm looking at Liverpool's parade,
and
it's pathetic to our one. Pathetic.
Well, they're all out. If there's a parade going on, the rest of them all out robbing, aren't they? So you know.
And the day both
allegedly before someone gets offended.
The day,
holiday, isn't it? It's the bins are not out, are they? The bins, people would have put their bins out. Sorry, Chang. Let me just say this: they've put their bins out, and they thought it was the normal bin day, and it's not. So Liverpool, they're having a right field day, though, dipping in all those bins,
looting all over the place.
Anyway, sorry, Chang. You carry on.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, I just wanted to say, yeah, I also thought of Grandpa Brian Daniel when I saw their vlog, and the day, or rather the night they returned from Bilbao, they did a show, I think past midnight, where they had Brian Daniel on as a guest. I did send out a message of congratulations to them, and also a super chat dedicating our Europa League trophy to the late Grandpa Brian. So this one's for you there, Grandpa Brian. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, it was no masterminding. I just thought get some different guests on and try and have a pump up. I think we did a good job, Jimbo. You certainly brought the positivity whenever we needed it. And yeah, to everyone that come on the pump ups, it was brilliant. And bring on next season. That's what I say. Bring it on. Phil P says, Nick, your sacrifice is never forgotten, but you know that in everyone's army, someone has to shovel the shit.
What a prick. And I bought you a drink yesterday.
He was going, Phil P, when he rang us out, he's going, all the Arsenal fans are running down to Dover, begging the boats to take them back to France because they don't want to be anywhere near North London. That scene when Brighton scored that thunderbolt and the entire stadium stood up and sang, never been more proud of Spurs fans this season as I was then. When you watch the fans in the stadium, Nick, They're very different YouTube fans. I don't see anyone not singing Postacoglu's name.
No, I mean when he lifted the trophy up yesterday, there's not a and we've said it all along, right? There's never it's just never this, you talk to people and they're like, not just with Ange, but I think with Daniel Levy as well, is there's not this thing, there's this, yep, that's fine. So I don't know, maybe I just can't explain it. It's completely different, as if those conversations never take place between those other fans. You see them in the stadium spending money, saying about, they want him to stay and they want Levy to stay. And the one thing that was funny yesterday out of all of it is when they panned to Levy and everyone booed
that was funny.
And then they took him off quite quickly. So look, he look, for me, whatever route is taken, this is really it's probably our most important summer, both on and off the pitch. What we're doing with the manager, what we're doing with Paratici, what they're doing with with personnel, and how we go into next season. If they're what I want them to do is to make the right decision, but to do it, not delay things, not wait. Look, how long we saw before Nuno came in, how long before we saw Ange came in, how long, we're always waiting and waiting and waiting. Make the decision, have that decision, have everything in place, get the next people along, if that's what's going to happen. But I think for me, and call me a flip-flop, I think what he's done is he deserves to start next season. But whether he gets that opportunity, it's not down to us. Whether we argue about it left, right, and centre, it can only be it can only be, I guess, one person's decision, right? But he came out with this massive long speech, and actions always speak louder than words. So, Daniel, you can say it till you're blue in the face. It's a springboard for success, and that's what you want to do. But let's see the actions now. We don't want talk is cheap. We've seen what we've seen. Now's not the time. We just need to celebrate it. But we need to go into the summer now, and if we're going to do this, then we need to make sure we get to that whenever the tour is of South Korea or whatever it is. When we get to there, we need to know everything's in place. Not I'm in an R in and rumours and someone said this and this tier one said that and everything else, right? So,
but it'd be funny. It won't feel right if another manager takes us into our next final, which we've got in a few months.
No, it would be weird. It would be really weird.
After winning us the trophy, it just won't feel right.
But look.
It's not the time, but it's not the time to worry about. We can worry about that later on.
Can I just say, right? I just think to myself, what sort of club are we if we sack a manager that's just won us a European Cup? 41 years we've waited for this cup, and he wins it for us, and they don't have faith in him for the next season. What sort of club are we? That's what I think.
When we did our early predictions at the start of the season, Chang, you must have been off that day because you're not on it. So you obviously wasn't here when we did them.
But I did send the video to you, and I saw you clip it. You did clip my prediction. Are you aware of that?
When we all sat, we did a show, and we all sat and we did predictions for who's going to win each cup, who's going to be the top scorer, who's going to be where we're going to finish. But I'm just going to go through. Nick predicted the Premier League winner to be. Do you remember, Nick?
Did I say Arsenal?
You did. You said Arsenal, so you was wrong.
Okay.
But to be fair, so did me and Jimbo. We all said Arsenal to win the league. Champions League winner. Jim, do you remember who you predicted?
Was it Real Madrid?
Correct. Nick, do you remember who you predicted? AC Milan, you predicted. And I predicted Real Madrid. Europa League winner. I predicted Roma. Jim, do you remember who you predicted?
Tottenham.
Correct. Nick, do you remember who you predicted?
I don't know. Did I say Spurs because I got cut?
You did.
Oh, I got swept up with Jimbo, didn't I? I got swept up with Jimbo. There you go.
So you was both spot on with that one.
Yeah, we won the important one. That's the important one.
The FA Cup. Nick, do you remember?
I said Liverpool, didn't I? Say Liverpool?
Yeah, I said Man City. Jimbo, did you say?
Tottenham.
So we was all wrong there. The League Cup. Nick, do you remember?
Did I say Newcastle?
No, you said Man United.
Oh, okay.
And me and Jimbo said Spurs. And the top four, Nick predicted Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Man United.
Oh, God.
Jimbo predicted Arsenal, City, Spurs, and Man United. And I predicted Arsenal, City, United, and Newcastle. So we was all well wrong about Manchester United.
Yeah, but I got the European Cup right.
We did. Position-wise, Jim predicted Tottenham to finish third. Nick said sixth, and I said seventh.
Did I go sixth? I thought, I was drunk maybe at the time.
What did Chang predict?
It wasn't here, you donut. That's what I just said. And the top goal scorer for the season. Nick, do you have any idea what you said?
I think Salah, no?
You did say Salah, and you was right. Jimbo said...
Solanke, probably.
No, you said Erling Haaland.
Solanke.
And I said Isak for Newcastle. So Nick was right on that one. And the three to be relegated, I said Forest, Southampton and Bournemouth. Nick said Leicester, Southampton and Forest.
Oh.
Jimbo said Ipswich, Southampton and Leicester. So he was spot on. So there was some good results. I can say hands down that not one, because I wrote down what some of the people in the chat were saying. Not one person in the chat predicted Liverpool to win the league. Majority predicted Arsenal. A few was City and one was Villa. So, but
I got the important
it's all right, Kate, because I can tell you what Jimbo's going to say for next season. He's going to say Premier League winners Tottenham, Carabao Cup Tottenham, Champions League Tottenham, FA Cup Tottenham. There you go.
Exactly.
You don't even need to worry about it.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you got the important one right. You got the right trophy. I said we'd win the League Cup, but I'm glad I was wrong and we won the Europa League. I am going to try next season. This is a true story. No matter who's taking us forward, I'm going to try and keep this channel positive next season. And we did a really good job until right near the end when I finally
but
gave
it still
up.
wasn't really negative, Kate.
No, but I had given up on Ange Postecoglou. I did lose the faith. Daniel 90, I've got you on here, and you said, "Oh no, I haven't got you on my list, so I can't give you stick because you're not on my list." Drula said City would win the league. I think it was a fair prediction to predict City, but yeah, no, we're going to try and keep it positive. There's so much negative about around the YouTube community, even after we've won this amazing trophy. And I'm determined to next season, A, not let it get my mental health down, and B, try and keep everyone upbeat because I'm going to be, thank you very much, Spender Sim, I'm going to be doing the pump-ups next season as well. So I think it's important we try and lift the mood and keep it positive no matter what happens. But
yeah, look, it was hard, Kate. Look, it was hard, right? It was hard,
yeah, because
it was the football that we were seeing, the jip that we were getting. I mean, that was the first game that I've been to, I think, and since the Liverpool first leg in the Carabao Cup for me going there. I'm still not renewing my season ticket because I'm a man of my word. I'm not going to flip flop on that. It was quite easy yesterday. Sean was going to try and get me on camera going, right, get it up, renew it right now in front of me. We're going to get a video. If I can get Henry Wright to go to Bodo Glimt, I'm going to get you to renew your season ticket. And a part of me was just there like, yeah, I'm going to do it. But no, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to enjoy because it does get exhausting, right? And what I will say, and this is for anyone that streams, for anyone that does it, not only you having to talk about and dissect it, you're having to relive it, whereas a lot of people can just go and vent and that's it, it's done, or they can just leave it and they can just do everything. And obviously you're in it, and then you have to get yourself pumped up for another game and try and get everyone get everyone excited and do it. And it's very hard with 22 losses, right? But at the end of the day, we've all come to where we want to come to, and we've got a trophy, you know. And I think for me, what it's about. If I go back to, you know, speaking to Nick, Lazy Eight, you know, we didn't get to meet up when I was in New York, but you know, I had a great time with the guys down at New York Supporters Club in Flannery's Bar. I had a great time over in Amsterdam with Simon and the guys from Amsterdam Spurs. I don't remember much. I'm not going to claim to, but you know, that's for other reasons. I don't remember much actually from New York, but I was hammered by 10 o'clock in the morning. So look, for all those people, all those Spurs fans around the globe that aren't fortunate like us, that we can go to games and we can as easy as, you know, as easy as we can. I think we take it for granted, right? And I think for me not going every week or going a little bit less than I have done. I mean, it can't be much because I didn't really go to that many games this season, but to not have that opportunity to give it to someone that can go, I guess, more often than I can, that I will be able to go and to be able to enjoy it and to be able to do it, then I think, you know, it's props and kudos to everyone, right? We've gone through so much, we've gone through so much pain, so much hurt, so much that I think, look, we just, again, no one's sitting there and saying, let's just go and enjoy it. It doesn't matter. It's a free hit. We got Champions League and everything else. Let's see. Look, to go and win a trophy next year would be incredible. I don't expect it. And I think if we sit there and go, oh, we're going to win it next year because Ange says season 3 is better than season 2 and all this crazy, right? Then I think we just, look, if this is the only trophy that I get to witness for another 17 years, or, well, probably in 40 years' time, I won't get to witness another European trophy because I won't be here. Then I'm fine. Then I'm fine. You know, I'm fine with it, right? And I think that, you know, thank you to all the fans around the world. Thank you to everyone that comes in and likes and subscribes and shares and comments, even the nasty ones, but don't be so nasty. To Emerson Royale, who has been the love of my life for many a year, who's also won a trophy this year. Like I said, it's a perfect season for me. Emerson Royale's won a trophy. Tottenham have won a trophy.
Harry Kane.
And look, whenever anyone comes over, then just if we can all meet up, we can do the things we do. That's what's important. Spurs as a family is important, and like a family, we are dysfunctional. I had to be careful what I said then because I nearly swore. Look, we've done it, and if that is what all we witness and that's what we do, you know, it's big up to you, Kate and Jim, for, you know, doing everything you've done with Legend on the bench. I know we've gone through probably the last few streams. I don't even remember Mickey Hazard's name being mentioned, so I think Kate's ill because, you know, there's no bingos. But we are next season. I think what we should do is we should do a bingo card, and there'll be a bingo card from everyone. Kate's is Mickey Hazard, Chang's is his 2-1 scoreline. Mine's talking about Emerson Royale. Jim's
the pod is on.
Yeah, Jim's, yeah, until it's not. But yeah, so look, it's look, I just like to say thank you for having us, Kate. It's been, yeah, I think we can all enjoy a bit of time off as well, because it's a bit, I mean, it was good when we went down to 1 show a week because we were doing 2 shows a week, and it was like, oh my God, we got to try and do this and everything else. But be happy, everyone, and we're European champions.
It's easier to do shows when you're winning. It's very hard to do them when you're losing, like we was losing. But look, at the end of it, when you think about this season, it's mind-boggling. All the down and down and down we've had, and you know, some of us have tried to stick by Ange through thick and thin, and he even broke me down towards the end. But then when the way it finished, he's just put everyone back up on cloud 9. So it's been an amazing season, that's for sure. And I'm going to be supporting Villa next year as well, because I want Villa to win the cup, the European Cup, for my mate Frankie and his son Chris. And
it's not only we won a European trophy, but we smashed over 2,000 subs as well. So it was a really good way to end the season. Chang, anything you want to say before we finish the show? One last time for the season.
Yeah, I think I really have to thank you, Miss Kate and Mr. Boxall, for having me on your channel. Little did I know, having since made my debut over a year ago, sometime I think in New Year's, either New Year's or Christmas of 2023, that I'd be a regular week in, week out, and to be here with each and every single one of you and the people in the chat to be glossing over a European trophy. I think that is the single greatest gift this whole, camaraderie and this community has given to me on YouTube. Of all the trophies I've ever seen us lift, I've seen us lift the FA Cup in '91, the Worthington Cup in '99, and the League Cup in 2008. But this one just trumps it all. And I'm, again, much like what Mr. Collison Wright said earlier, I have no idea when our next trophy is going to come, or if this Europa League is ever going to be overshadowed by an even greater trump like the the league title or the Champions League. But I am just so glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And if you are going to be doing this again, come next season, you know where I am, Miss Kate. Having said that, for the final time this season, thank you very much. And it's Chang over and out from Southeast Asia.
Thank you. I mean, there will be shows. We're not just going to not do shows over the summer, but they won't be regular as they are. We're going to do some mental health shows and also, obviously, transfer shows. It's come out today. Not only have Man United signed Cunha, but they're also in talks to sign Brian Mbeumo for 50 million. So they're not sitting on their laurels. They're going all out. But look, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched this season, because it's not been the easiest. All the likes, all the shares, all the subs, all the super chats, all the memberships. I am going to do a members giveaway as well over the next couple of weeks. Thank you to Chang and Nick for always being on the show when Nick can be bothered to turn up. Never on time, but and yeah,
It wouldn't be Nick if he turned up on time.
No, as in the words of Ange Postecoglou, season 3 is always better than season 2. And we celebrate our 2nd birthday next month, so there'll be a special show for that as well. So yeah, season 3, our 3rd year. God knows what's going to happen. We might do the quad, but we'll have to wait and see. But Jimbo, I'll let you say what you want to say before we finish the show.
Yeah, look, all the people that have turned and flip-flopped onto Ange, we're not pundits. We don't dissect games and get all the stats. We're fans. It's all about feelings and what you see in front of you. And we've had a terrible season. I don't care about the stats, and I don't care we finished 17th. I care that we won that trophy. And next season, I'm sure Ange will adapt and get us up that league and have us playing better football. If he gets the right players in as well, he said that he needs some experience now, not older players, just experienced players to come in with these youngsters. And you've got to think these youngsters are going to be elevated by this win. They're going to want it again, and they're going to want to win another trophy. They felt it. You could see them youngsters. They were on cloud 9. They weren't expecting to get a trophy like that at their age. So just get behind Ange, get behind the club and the team. We're fans. That's it. We're not pundits and what this stat and that stat. Who gives a shit? We give a shit about trophies, and we won a trophy, and we're in the Champions League because we are the mighty Spurs.
Anything else you want to say?
No, that's fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I would like to say, Arsenal, you can't sing that. We are champions.
Yeah. And good luck to Nick and Chang as well on your final predictions. We'll have to announce the results of that when they come in.
And thank you to Nick, and thank you to Chang as well. Thank you very much. And to everyone who comes in.
We'll do a little video, Kate. Maybe we'll do a little premiere to see who's won, and then
a virtual trophy presentation, something that Arsenal would never have.
Yeah.
Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that.
And you know what, Kate? The quad is on.
Exactly. Enjoy the summer, and as always, guys, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you fucking Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins, like in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mix and transfer news. news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Nikki has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny, stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.